I'm Dr. Liam, and this is the diagnosis. Remote work didn't break your team's communication. It just made all the cracks visible. One time in my career, I worked on a game development project that had an overall vision, but the details lived in people's heads. Different people, different time zone. When a question came up and that person was offline, the team waited, sometimes 12 hours or more. But the waiting wasn't the actual problem. The real problem was what happened in the meantime. Decisions got made, water cooler conversations happened, except now the water cooler was a Slack message at 9 a.m. that half the team wouldn't see until the next day. Except now the water cooler was an instant message that at 9 a.m. that the team wouldn't see until the next day. By the time the other time zone came online, the decision had already shaped the work, and nobody had told them. So now you have a team moving forward, but not together. Leadership pushed harder, process changed, nothing held. Because you can't push your way through a clarity problem. In-person teams can smooth over the undocumented vision. Hallway conversations, quick desk stops, they smooth over the gaps in real time. Remote tends to remove a lot of that. So what looks like remote communication problem is almost always a documentation problem that the office was quietly covering up. And when someone does have a question, they need enough context in the documentation to make an informed decision without waiting 12 hours for an answer. Research backs this up. Studies on remote work coordination costs, including work out of Stanford, consistently shows that distributed teams don't suffer from distance, they suffer from ambiguity. You can't document everything, I know that. But if it isn't written down, it doesn't exist. That means undocumented decisions, undocumented design changes, undocumented vision, they all become landmines. Not a matter of if, but when. Shared documentation isn't bureaucracy. It's shared vision made visible. Without it, every team member executes against their own interpretation of the project. That's not one team working on one thing. That's several people working on several slightly different versions of the same thing. McKinsey research on organizational effectiveness makes a similar point. The cost of people hunting for information and context isn't a minor inconvenience. It's a structural drag on output. Remote didn't create your documentation problem. It just stopped covering it. Co-location isn't the solution. Clarity is. If it isn't written down, it doesn't exist.